Hello, today is Wednesday, April 8th. Holy Week continues, and today's Gospel is much the same as yesterday's, except from a different writer, and with a different emphasis. Yesterday's Gospel was from John, today is from Matthew. Today centers more on the action of Judas and the unthinkable betrayal he was about to bring about. We can never allow human frailty, which can lead to great sin and actions that we could never imagine or condone, to strip from us our underlying belief in the power and grace that God gives to us. We are always subject to this grace and to the power within us given by God himself to overcome the burdens and weaknesses that sometimes come to us. We are not unable to move through and beyond these weaknesses and arrive at a place where God would have us be, confidently living out the love that God gives us in life and direction. In the case of Judas, temptation, greed, whatever you want to name it, entered his heart, and he followed through. So often, such actions are objects of great regret. Would Jesus have forgiven Judas? As difficult as it may be to imagine, I think the answer would be yes. He forgave Peter. Our human weaknesses and mistakes do not necessarily rob us of God's power to forgive and lead us in a direction that is different. But Judas, consumed with his guilt, never gave Jesus the chance. Not at least this side of heaven. Who knew that these days of Holy Week would be so much different? But they are still important and emotional for us this year. The challenges before us make it even more important for us to realize the holiness of these days and the new life that Easter will provide. They make it even more important for us to anticipate the time, hopefully not too far off, when we can gather safely again and celebrate together. Until then, we must keep our eyes on what it is that we observe this week. Don't let these days go by unnoticed due to the fact that we are not together. They are too important. They are too central to who we are and what our faith centers us on. The power and goodness of grace was so much a part of the life of Jesus that he summoned up the ability to endure the cross, the grave, and experience resurrection. He did that so that we too might have a share in the same. Remember that as we move toward the glory of Easter.